तव कथामृतं तप्त जीवनं कविवृतं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। The nectar of thy words is the life for those who are scorched by the world. Words which have been uttered by the knowers of truth, which wipe out sins, the very hearing of which is beneficial, which are beautiful, sweet, pleasing to the ear, pleasing to the heart, which are inexhaustible. Those who recount them on earth are the givers of plenty. Om, peace, peace, peace. Good evening. It is nice to meet you all, and I am happy to be present again with this nectar-like verse from the aphorisms of Narada's Bhakti, aphorism on Bhakti, Narada's Bhakti Sutras. These wonderful sutras, aphorisms, which give us clear-cut understanding what devotion is, and Narada is explaining this step by step. We have just read that Narada was telling that Bhakti is the highest of all the pathas. This satu karma jnano yogebhyo api adhikatara. This bhakti path of bhakti, devotion, is greater than, higher than the other paths. That's karma, jnana, yoga. So, the path of devotion is the greatest, highest, according to Narada. He is a devotee. He is a jnani also, there is no question. They are all men of knowledge, supreme knowledge, men of supreme devotion. But now he is speaking of the devotion which is very easy for this age, for the common people like us, because we have our body consciousness. We should not have some kind of snobbery which we are not actually qualified for. And pursuing that path, afterwards we will find that, oh God, I am not having that joy in the subject. In India, when in the schools, colleges, we found that father, mother, they all want that children should be always following the science subjects. They will be doctors, engineers, something like that. All chemists, physicists, like that. But our experience is, many students, their mind is, they like poetry, they like literature, they like history, they like other sections of knowledge, education, not directly mathematics. Many like physics, chemistry, but not the mathematics, very dry to them. But there are some people who like mathematics, and they 24 hours they can remain busy with that. So each and everyone should not follow the same path, only one path. That is why this avatars come, God comes and says that there are these paths. You follow what your natural tendency is there. We are born with some inner tendencies. It is there. Some like music, some like dancing, some like eating but not cooking, some like cooking more, not eating. Their joy is in cooking, not eating themselves. They are very happy preparing different dishes for others. Nothing is bad if the goal is God. That is what. Paths are neither wrong, neither good, neither bad. Every path is good, every path will us to the God. Because if center is God, goal is God, then all paths are good. So, Narada now is trying to establish that compared to other paths of knowledge, action, yoga, this bhakti is the highest one, and that is what he is trying to explain. That the devotion is superior to the paths of action, knowledge and yoga. Then why you are telling so? follow rupotyat. Other paths, in last discourse we discussed that for jnana, oh, neti, neti, not this, not this. All I am seeing. Well, no, no. After getting up from the dream, do you think that dream was true? Is there anything in the dream state of mind? We created the whole world in our mind itself. There was jungle, there was this, there was tiger, there was fire, there was movie, there was cinema. So many things were going on, but actually in reality it was not there. Now you are got up, you are awakened to your consciousness, you understand, oh God, all these are false. This world also you are thinking, the whole universe, this, that, these are not there. This is like you are dreaming. This is jnana. So, not this, not this. Then what is that? Oh, that, beyond, beyond this, go beyond. So, that is that, ultimately, and thou art that. You are not this body. So, this is jnana. And bhakti, beginning with bhakti, going through the path of bhakti, ending also with the ripe paraga bhakti, completely supreme devotion. The whole life is bhakti, 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 and accepting all. So, he was, during our last discourses, we tried to expound all these ideas. And Sri Ramakrishna also, we stopped there. The Sri Ramakrishna puts it in a different way. He says that the path of knowledge rejects certain conditions, whereas a devotee does not reject anything. To the jnani, this world is a framework of illusion. It is shapnabhat. It is like the dream. You get up, you wake up, you become awakened, conscious, and you find, oh, this is a dream. Nothing is there. It is like that. When you will be awakened in your consciousness, you will understand, oh God, I am neither this body is there, nor the universe creation is there. Only that one is there. So that is knowledge. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling, but devotee does not reject anything. To the jnani, this world is a framework of illusion. He says this, but the bhakta says, no, I accept everything. Everything is my. Other than my God, nothing is present there. So, the bhakta does not negate the world. The world is not to be rejected, but simply taken as an expression, as a sport of the Supreme, the Lila. Just now, I have chanted that mantra, Tava Kathamrita. This divine sports, these are all like nectar. It brings joy and happiness. As it were, it brings the life to the lifeless people. They are alive, but actually lifeless. There is no joy, there is no happiness in their life. Always suffering, miserable life, full of sorrow and sadness. So this is just in the body, but as it were, it is a dead body. No enjoyment, no joy, no peace, no bliss. So, bhakta accepts everything. Everything is my God, my Ishta, my chosen deity. So, this world is not to be rejected, but simply taken as an expression, as a sport of our God, the Supreme. Let us compare this position with that of a jnani. According to a follower of the path of knowledge, the world is to be negated to reach that which is beyond the world. This negation, according to a devotee, is the negation of a portion of reality. Sri Ramakrishna made it this Vishishta Advaita Pada. If we are to weigh a fruit, a mango, the skin we are not going to eat, the seed of the mango we are not going to eat. So, mango means only the kernel, the flesh there, sweet, juicy. But to have that juicy fruit, you need the seed as the holder of this substratum, and the skin also to protect it. Otherwise, where it will get? Where you will? If I say I will take a cup of tea, how it will be supplied to me? There must be a container. Although I am not going to taste the container, I am not drinking the container. I will drink the coffee only, tea only, the drink only, water only. But this universe also, this is everything, because other than God nothing is there. So all this what we see, it is also the presence of my God, that Supreme. So there is no negation in the idea of the devotee. This is called Vishishtadvaita. This illustration is given that if we have a fruit of pulp, seed, shell, everything, and if you reject any one of these, what actually is the fruit? If you say it is not the shell, not the seed, but only the pulp, you are rejecting those things which are constituents of the fruit. Without the seed, without the skin, we cannot have a fruit. So this is called Vishishtadvaitavada, this qualified monism. Shankara says nothing is there. This is Advaita, monism. Now, there is also a path explanation, but a devotee describes it as disqualified monism. No, everywhere that is whatever we are seeing, it is not other than that, my supreme reality. As Sri Ramakrishna puts it, if you want to know what is the weight of a fruit, you will have to take into account the seeds, the shell, and the pulp, everything. But a Jnani, at the time of his discrimination, rejects, because in the beginning, this path is, no, don't get attached to anything, because nothing, even your body, you are not that body. It is not that. Neti, neti, not this, not this. Naidam, nedam, nedam. So, with that, finally, you reach a state where you understand that nothing of this world, beyond this one reality is there, which is unchangeable. Why all these things are not that? Because these are changeable. You are ever changing, so it is unreal. What is real? That which was, is, and will remain. So, Sri Ramakrishna is telling that this is how rejection gradually leads to the ultimate reality. I am not this, not this. The devotee says, that is not my way. I take everything as the sport of God, as His lila, divine sport, divine play. And you see how much we get joy when we read the stories of God, be it Jesus, be it Krishna, be it Buddha, be it Rama, be it any god and goddess, whatever is my chosen deity. How much we remain in a higher, sublime state of mind. Our mind doesn't become hypocrite and it doesn't take to any falsity or any other thing. It remains to a higher spiritual level of understanding and feeling. So, and why it is so pleasing to me? Why I will reject? Because I know other than my God, nothing is there, my supreme reality, because everything is that. So, devotee takes it in that way. This is lila. And therefore, everything has to be taken into consideration. My God is the sum total. Everything is my God. My path is taking me to God, who has got this world from out of Himself as a sport. So, this is the attitude of a devotee. And previously we have been talking of the attitude of a Jnani. Not this, not this, not nedam, nedam, not naidam, naidam. So what is the difference between this way of thinking and way of thinking of that of a Jnani? A man of knowledge follows. The Jnani discriminates that and rejects the world in the beginning. Ultimately, when he has realized the highest, what does he say? He says that the highest remains and these other characteristics are non-existent. Only that ultimate reality remains, Jnani. Other things are non-existent, it is changing. That is why they are called anitya, unreal. Nitya, anitya, nitya, anitya vastu viveka. In Viveka Churamani, it describes Acharya Shankar that a student of the path of the knowledge has to have this understanding, discrimination, what is nitya, what is anitya. Nitya, anitya. And for the devotee, nothing, love of God, that you want to see God, you want to feel the presence of your God. That is your qualification. You love God, you want to see God, you want to be one with God, you want to worship God, you want to be in proximity of God. Nothing else you have to reject, nothing else you have to do. Just surrender yourself, all ego. That is devotee, very simple to follow. But people make it complicated. If the path is not complicated, then how can it be very precious? We have to pay the same cup of tea. You will get the same joy if you take by the side of the street, a street vendor like that, very cheap, and that you take in the Hotel Marriott or something, Hotel Hilton, give as hundreds of dollars, then it becomes, yes, it gives pleasure to you. Actually, tea is the same. Cup is different, very costly. The sitting environment is different. You can see the view of the ocean or view of the mountain, something what you do not get from the street vendor. It is ready there, you go. But the tea is the same. Other things are environmental changes are there, differences are there. But the main thing, tea, which I like to enjoy, I like to drink, that is the same. So this is it depends on the attitude. That is what is this nitya, anitya. The unreal must be rejected, and then only the real thing can be ascertained. This is Jnani. And the Bhakta says that nothing is to be rejected by him, by the Bhakta. That is because he thinks in this way, what is this positive way, accepting everything. This world of appearance also is my God, because there I know there is nothing other than God. So anything, my dream, my whatever you say, changing, unchanging, I know it is my God only, different appearance. My God is appearing in you, appearing in this. I am seeing in that way. So why I will love you? Because my God is being manifest through you. My God has come in the form of the poor, in the form of the needy, in the form of my mother, my father, my friend, anyone and everyone. That is why I will serve them. That is why I am very happy in presence of them. That is why I like to see them. That is why I don't reject them. That is why I don't feel any hatred to anybody, anything. Because the whole creation, everything, jiva, jagata, everything is nothing else but my God appearing in different forms and names, techniques. So devotee thinks in this way. This world of appearance also is my God. Everywhere it is my God only. He feels my being. He fills the whole of the universe. Without God, nothing can exist. This is the devotee's position. According to the Jnani, this world, in reality, it is Brahman, the ultimate reality. According to the Jnani, this world is, in reality, Brahman. What you are seeing, world, this, that, people, differences, it is not there. This is Brahman only. The appearances are many, but the reality, it is only one. You are telling many things, you are giving many names and other things, trying to enjoy it, but know that in this universe nothing remains, nothing is there other than Brahman. Whatever you are seeing within, without. The appearances are many, but the reality, it is only one. This expression and that of a bhakta are apparently the same but very different in actuality. A devotee says that all this is God, and a man of knowledge says all this is nothing but God. That is, all this is non-existent, only God exists. This is very often wrongly interpreted as God in everything. Swami Vivekananda mentions this when he had a correspondence with Sister Mary Hell. And this Mary Hell's mother, father, they actually gave Swamiji the shelter there in the city of Chicago. Those who know that Swamiji was lost completely. Next day will be the Parliament of Religion, and it was 9th September and 1893. Swamiji was not having any address. Nobody was ready to Swamiji accept questions. Where is the office? They don't know. They could not understand what Vivekananda said. See the Leela, divine play of God. The lecture of the person which next day will be accepted by the whole world. It will make a tremor, and these people of Chicago city where he was walking from the railway station to go to the place, people could not even understand that what this man is uncultured, Man, language is not good, cannot speak properly. We don't understand what you say. And we do not know the address of, we do not know about that parliament of religion, all these things. See the fun of. And then at that time, Swamiji was sitting in front of a church. From the opposite side, this Mary Hill's mother, Mrs. Hill, came and said, "Are you here to attend the parliament of religion?" "Yes, mother, I have come to that, but nobody understands my English and nobody tells me where the address is. I am lost and no food, nothing. I see the condition." So, yes, my dear, please come. That is my home. Come. Had bath, had nice food, rest. Then in the afternoon, that Mother Hill, Mary Hill's mother, took Swamiji to the Parliament of Religion, and there he was received. And next day was lecture, and he stood. He broke all the myths there by his presence, and just 2.5 minutes inaugural lecture, address. So, see how this it happens. And so, Mary Hill was telling Swamiji, "Oh, Swamiji, I understand now." Mary Hill wrote to Swamiji, "Your Vedanta is only this," and I quote, "that everything is God." Swamiji replied, "My dear, no, you have completely misunderstood. It is not that. Your Vedanta is only that everything is God." Swamiji said, "No, you have not understood Vedanta at all. According to Vedanta, God is, all are not. God only is, all other not. If you say this is God, then it is. But if you say this is a light, this is a lamp, then you are missing the point. Whatever is, it is only that ultimate reality. So, it is not that you have not understood Vedanta at all. According to Vedanta, God is, all are not. All are non-existent. Only God is. It is not that everything is God. God is and everything else is non-existent. It is out of your illusion. Say, actually you are my mother and I am hating you, I am thinking you are my maidservant. Actually you are my mother. There is a rope. And at night, light is little, it is shades are there. So at night I am passing through it is lying on the road, and I am shouting, "Oh, bring a light, big snake, big snake." I am frightened, I am afraid of the snake. And then light was brought, it was found that there was no snake. So what you are thinking, this world, man, human being, man, woman, this, that, your body, these are actually out of our ignorance, illusion. You are all these things out of Maya. Wrongly, you are putting something what is not there. There actually is the rope. Only God is there. Only that Brahman is there. You are telling, no, this is bench, this is table, this is my brother, this is my mother, this is my sister, this is my enemy, this is my well-wisher. These are all your false miscalculation of your confused intelligence, polluted intelligence and mind. You are reflecting all these things. Actually, it is not. In reality, only the rojju is there, the rope is there, not the snake. So that is the explanation. So Swamiji made her understand that you have not understood that. Mary Hill said that everything is God. No, everything is not God. There is no everything. There is only God. Try to understand. This is the difference between this understanding and misunderstanding. So, God is and the world does not exist. That is the Jnani's way of thinking. Whereas a devotee says that everything is God, which means that it is God who appears as everything, and means that everything is not non-existent. For the devotee, what you are telling, everything non-existent, rejecting, negating, and devotee is telling, no, I am seeing everything God. You are telling, no, that is nothing. So this is just, these are all philosophical discussions, and they spend much time and there is no answer to it. If you believe you are a bhakta, you will take the path of Narada. Narada is trying to establish here that the path of devotion is the highest one, the noblest one, the most sublime one. Others are not. Others are secondary. Others are just subordinate to all these things. And so, it is Narada. Shankara, when Shankara is an Advaitist, he will establish all other things. What is bhakti? Bhakti is not a path. Bhakti is to that desire to know the Brahman, that is bhakti. He will describe bhakti in a different way. But Narada is telling bhakti is that Satu Parama Prema Rupa. Apurva, without this Amrita Swarupacho. It is of the nature of the immortality. It doesn't die. Devotion is, we are born with it and we die with it. And that is there. So it is wonderful. It is not that I am frightened, I will give up my devotion. This is not. It will come, it will go, we are born. It was, it is, and it will remain. Because I am a devotee. To me, that God is everything. And I know my God is the doer of everything. I am nobody. In the Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna, you will do everything. All these people will die. You will be the victorious. Don't worry. You are the hero. But don't think you are killing. You are the doer. You are the master. Don't become an instrument in my hands. Not this Krishna. That ultimate reality appearing as it were through the body of Krishna, as you are thinking. I am not Krishna, a body, a person. I am that ultimate reality. And that is what is. So what I am telling, what Narada is telling, he is trying to justify that all other paths, this jnana, karma, yoga, all these are subordinate. The highest path is, greatest path is this devotion. Everything has existence, and that existence is inseparable from the existence of God. Nothing is non-existent. So, this is devotee. That is the fundamental difference of expression. These different expressions have, or the same expression has absolutely different meaning for a devotee and for a man of knowledge. That has to be remembered. According to a bhakta, his bhakti, starting from the position of a beginner to the ultimate culmination, is one. So it does not change. In other paths, I am doing karma, I am a karma yogi. Why I am doing karma yogi unattached, detached? Because to please my God. I am not. Arjuna, you do everything, but don't get attached. Karmanyava adhikaraste mahaphalashu kadachan. Arjuna, you have the right to do the work, activities. You are meant for that. That is your duty. As a father, if you say, I will not take care of my children. As a husband, if you take, I will not take care of my wife. As a wife, if you take, I will not look after my husband, or all these things. As a mother, if you say, I disown my children, that is not your duty. You are violating the duties, and so you are doing something wrong. You cannot do that. Doing duty is the dharma. That is the righteousness. To be honest and true to one's own duty. So, this bhakta is in the beginning and at the end the same bhakti. I am always in the persuasion of devotion. Only it is getting in quality and quantity, it is increasing. In the beginning I was a little devotee, a small devotee with little understanding, and I had a devotion and a love of God also. But gradually, when I will be enlightened with the Supreme, I will be endowed with the supreme devotion. My devotion is of the highest nature. Quality has changed. But devotion is the same. It is upgraded, as it were. Means it is there already, it is coming out. All the unclean things, dirts are. Mirror is there, but I cannot see myself. When all these dirts are taken away, then it comes. Gold is there, but it is not being seen because some covers are there. So when all these layers of dirt, covers are removed, then the real thing comes. So our devotion also like that. The whole thing, Holy Mother used to say, my dear child, in the beginning you don't feel that love for God. But I speak in Bengali and then I translate. As he was giving an example. As ফুল নাড়তে চাড়তে গন্ধ বেরোয়, when you keep the flower there, it does not, as it were, gives that much fragrance. You don't feel it, but you bring it near and just move it a little, you find, oh, very sweet fragrance is there. ফুল নাড়তে চাড়তে, if you take a flower and move it here and there, bring it down, then before near your nose, close to your nose, then you find that, oh, really, it is very fragrant, and you get joy. Like that, chandan, sandal paste, that sweet fragrance is there in the sandal wood, but it doesn't give. You paste it, move it, you rub it, then you find, yes, sandal paste is giving. So it is coming from that. It is there, it is stored. But you will understand this, realize this, enjoy this when you rub it. So God also, the more you think of God, talk of God, listen to the talks on God, this divine sports, just I quoted that mantra, that you get more and more joy. Intense. Your quality of devotion also becomes upgraded, more and more pure, purified, and quality and quantity both becomes increased. That is why Bhakti is considered to be the superior to other paths. According to Sri Ramakrishna, interpretation in the path of knowledge, something has to be negated, whereas in the path of devotion, everything has to be accepted. One can have everything and transmute it. That is the wonderful sublimation. We get a kind of transformation. We don't convert anybody. We transform. In the scripture also, I am a Christian, Swamiji was telling in the Parliament of Religion, do I wish that a Christian become a Muslim become a Buddhist, a Hindu, other? God forbid. It is not necessary. You put the seed, a banyan tree will take its shape. Put water, put fencing, give some sunlight and other protection, you give some manure, all these things, fertilizer, it will take its own course of growth. You don't need to do anything else. Only you see that it grows properly. So a Buddhist become a wonderful Buddhist, a true Christian, a true Hindu, a true Muslim. Why do you fight? Why do you need to be converted? God is one. So this transformation comes, sublimation comes. Real devotees, real seekers of truth will not try to convert. Oh, you come to your God is separate, your God is junior, my God is senior, your God is inferior, my God. All this childish prattle. Actually, they do not know anything of God, anything. They are not spiritual people. They are confused themselves and brings more confusion in the world. So, Sri Ramakrishna is telling that whereas the path of devotion, everything has to be accepted. No one can have everything and transmute it. That is the wonderful sublimation. In the beginning, the world appears to be dissociated from God. God is separate. We go to, God is there in the altar. No. We do that because that photograph is this nearly 94 years. That photograph is being worshipped. This temple here, so many sadhus, santas, devotees, holy people coming, doing japa, meditation, puja, all discourses, high thoughts. It has its a kind of spiritual vibration here. Those who are devotees, they will understand. They will not get joy in street. And oh, I feel so much meditative in the marketplace. But when the pure real seekers come, oh, it is calm and quiet. Really, I find joy. Yes. So, but it doesn't mean that God is there only in the frame and photograph. Because we go to the altar, make our offering, our pranam, it doesn't mean that God is not in other places. God is everywhere. But just symbolically, we are thinking that God is there in the photo. God is there. Gradually we will find God is in me also, in you also. Everywhere I will not see other than God. Yatra yatra nitra pare tatra tatra Krishna sphure. Wherever My eyes are cast, I look, I see the presence of that, my God, that. Rabindranath Tagore has a wonderful song, and Sri Ramakrishna liked that song, and Swami Vivekananda, young Narendranath, at that time he was not a Swami, he was a householder, young boy. He used to come to just visiting Sri Ramakrishna. At that time in the Brahmo Samaj prayer hall, this bhajan was there, this song. Yethami jaina ko, tumi prakashito thako. Wherever I go, I find you are already present there. This is Tagore's very sweet song, very on Brahman, on the God. Wherever I go, I find you are already there. I do not know that you are caring of me, you are taking care of me, but you are already there. Tomar ei koriyachi jiboner dhruvotar. I have made you my polestar in my life. I will not now leave you, oh my dear. I understood. You are the polestar. If we can make God our polestar, we will not be misguided. So the ships, the captains of the ships, they know that polestar is there. They will not be misguided, and they will not going to make any accident or any problem. So they will not be lost. So it ultimately a devotee realized that everything is actually eternally related to God. God is in the beginning. The world appears to be dissociated from God is this, and world is separate. At the end we find God is omnipresent. Everywhere is God. Within me, without you. How can I hate you? How can I specially love you? And because equanimity comes, because I feel the sameness everywhere, this presence of the same divine divinity everywhere. So now the three paths have been mentioned, the path of knowledge, the path of devotion, and the path of action. Yoga also is mentioned here. Yoga is the path by means of which we try to control our nature, control our sense organs. The path of self-restraint, which we call yoga, becomes a means towards the attainment of purity of mind. If we do yoga, what is that? This yoga's chitta vritti nirodha. What is yoga? Patanjali, it is written there. Controlling your mind. There will be no vritti in your mind. Mind will not have any ramification, any disturbance. Completely steady, steadfast in the meditation of the object of that ultimate reality, what I am thinking of, that is. So this yoga is actually this basis of all. If you are a jnani, you need to purify your yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyana, dharana, then samadhi. This finally comes that complete, ultimate calmness, equanimity. No ripple in the mind lake. It is completely nivata nishkampo deepo shikhavat. If there is a lamp, the flame is not being disturbed by the wind. Oxygen is there, but it is not that it will disturb the flame. It is no flickering, no oscillation, this disturbance. So, this is one. Nivata nishkampa deepo shikavat. Mind is so much pure and completely calm and quiet without any disturbance, no perturbance, no disturbance, unperturbed, undisturbed, unagitated. And niravachinna toilo dharavat. Another description is there in the scripture, that how will be the condition of the mind? The flow of mind will remain how? It is continuous in the meditation. During my mind will not, there will be no gap, no break. Continuously mind is thinking of the object of my meditation. That is, when you pour some oil from one container to another container, oil is thick. It is not like water, it will not break. So it has a sticky property. So continuously you are pouring like that. this nirabachinna, toilo shikhavat, toilo dharavat. Toilo means oil, dhara means this flow. As the flow of the oil, it doesn't have any break. Like that, mind will always remain, always connected with in the meditation of that ultimate reality, that God. So, that is yoga. Thus, yoga is not a separate path, it is auxiliary, and it is only an auxiliary which will be helpful for following other paths. In the karma, if I am a driver, if I am a doctor, I am doing free treatment to the patient, I am thinking patient is my God. So if my mind is not, I am doing an operation, surgery, if my mind is not very fixed, focused, concentrated, then I will not be able to do the surgery properly. See, suppose I am doing the eye operation, or I am doing some operation in the nervous system. What will happen in the heart, in the brain? So this focus is necessary for karma yoga, for dhyana yoga, for jnana yoga, for all yogas, to do anything in this world, for all activities. Say, suppose I am doing preparing the paste, sandal paste. If I am cooking food for the God. If I am not mindful, focused, then my preparation will not be very delicious, and many of the wrong things, bad things, dirt may be there. I am not conscious about this dirt in the plate here, there. So many things are there. My hair is falling there. So many things can happen if we are not mindful and completely dedicated to the cause. So this yoga, these are some physical, some fish. These asanas, pranayamas, these are all good. It keeps our body fit. But this is not yoga, to say. It is good for keeping in good health. Mentally also, it boosts us our mental state, mind flow. It makes our mind stronger. But this Narada's point is that these are all subordinate, auxiliary to my bhakti. These will all help bringing your mind, purifying your mind, fixing your mind. Mind is not going to any other pratyahara, bringing back from all the outer objects world. So all these are good things. In the Gita also, this word yoga has not been used, has been used only in the sense of karma. The word yoga popularly means the process of self-control, physical control, mental control, control over the breath, control over the sense organs, etc. This control is necessary for all the paths. The Gita mentions that the path of devotion, knowledge and action. The path of action means selfless activity. No separate mention is there of the path of yoga or of the control over the sense organs, pranayama, the control of breath. Though such control is mentioned in the Gita, that is only as a subsidiary to the paths of knowledge, devotion and action. And the word yoga is used in the Gita only in the sense of karma yoga or the path of action. That is selfless action. There the word yoga doesn't have the other meaning by which it is known, popular nowadays. Everyone says that he or she is a yogi if he or she does some physical postures, some exercises of the body. One is called a yogi. Now that yoga is very different. That may be a yoga in the sense that it makes one more fit physically, or makes one more physically or more mentally fit. But that is never by itself a spiritual path. So the word yogi must be used in a different sense. The path of action is selfless work or activity done with the idea of pleasing God. It then becomes a part of devotion. Why I am doing karma yoga? Pleasing my God. Why? That is also a part of devotion. So while that path of devotion is the highest, because this is the beginning, this is the means, path and the goal. For all other paths, you begin with something and finally you reject all those things and finally you get something else. When you become enlightened, everything you give it up. But in the beginning I started with the bhakti, at the end also I am completely saturated with the bhakti. So nothing you are going to lose or nothing you are to negate, everything you are accepting. So these are the logics that is why that phalorupattat, this is in itself it is the goal, because it is by itself the nature of effect, goal. So compared to all other paths, this my bhakti yoga according to Narada is the greatest one, highest one. So that is his take, that is his opinion. Therefore Narada states that to be a favorite of God, one must be humble and where do we know? No, a new one. So Narada says that compared to other paths, devotion is the supreme one, the highest one. So after that he is telling, Ishwarasya api abhimana deshitvat dhanna priyatvat. What is the meaning? Ishwarasya Ishwarasya abhimana deshitvat dhanna priyatvat cha. In God also we find in all the scriptures, the stories of God, that God does not like other than humility and surrender. God doesn't like egoistic attitude. In other paths, there is the fear to be demanding. Because if you are a great karma yogi, you are thinking, oh, I have done so big things, I am a great man. If you are a Jnani, you may be thinking, oh God, I am that Brahman. Many Vedantists, I am Brahman. Who is your Guru? I don't have any Guru. God comes to me and I am my Guru. And the many things we find, there's something a little peculiar, crazy, that demanding. Always remaining in the physical sense, I need food, I need garments, I need, if you hate me, if you criticize me, immediately I become full of anger. And demanding, oh no, I am my Guru, I am all, I am enlightened now, I am Brahman, I am Atman, I am God. This is Jnanit's path. So if you take wrong steps in the path of Jnana, knowledge, it comes. So now Narada is telling, in other paths, devotion is superior to other paths because even God hates pride and loves humility. Only in the path of devotion, there is no scope, there is no word of hatred. Pride, false pride. Because in the beginning I know my God is my everything. I am my God's child, I am my God's servant, I am my God's everything beloved. So there is no place of egotism, false pride. And God does not like pride, that we know. So this path of bhakti, because in Shankaracharya, in the Advaita Vedanta, we find Shankara will describe all the Sutras only to establish that it is in the Upanishad, it is written to establish that formless one ultimate reality is there, nothing else is there, all is dream, false. His attitude is that, because he has to establish that. Now Narada is establishing, because he is one of the Bhakta Churamani, the crest jewel of among the devotees. So his intention here is to imprint it properly, very firmly in the minds of the devotees as that this path of devotion is higher from another point. What is that? Because devotion is superior because even God hates pride and loves humility. This 24th aphorism, this places that bhakti above all, the other paths, karma, jnana, bhakti, karma, jnana, yoga. Now bhakti is superior to all of them. The first argument for this is that devotion is of the nature of the effect to be produced by means of bhakti, while the other paths are only paths and not the goal. Now bhakti is not only the path, it is the goal also. The next argument now it is that bhakti is, why bhakti is superior? is in the implication that the devotee is free from egotism and is a picture of humility, as God hates egotism and appreciates humility. It is bhakti alone that can fully satisfy him, that can take us to God, closest to God. Because if I have hatred, if I have hate, if I have this superiority complex, if I have anything else other than submission and humility, then God will not be there. If anything is there in my mind, because I am a devotee, nothing is in my mind. I am this nahang tuhu tuhu. This Sri Ramakrishna said the story of the story of the kitten. It only knows mew mew. I know I am completely at the mercy of my mother. Mew mew, mother will come. It doesn't take any, it doesn't show that I can do something, I will do myself. It is like the small kitten. Mother cat knows when to come, where to put. Sometimes mother cat putting the kitten on the bed, sometimes on some dirty place, sometimes some in other place. The baby is not, the kitten is not interested in that. I know I am completely, I have surrendered to my mother. Mother knows best which place, when I should eat, and what I should eat, everything. So, he is trying now to establish that this bhakti alone that can fully satisfy him. Now, this is a sort of casting aspirations against the other paths, for the obvious reason that a man of action may be proud, that a follower of the path of knowledge may think he is supreme. It comes. In our life, we begin with karma yoga, with small thing, oh no, you please come, I am doing. When name, fame comes, yes, who is there like me, karma yogi? You see how big things are. Every day, 1,000 people we feed. You see our foundation is giving, working this of 1 billion worth, 1 million worth. We tear that. We get joy in that, publicizing that, how big we are, how dedicated we are. Though we started it for the good of others and doing good works, but in the mind there is the unconsciously there is the feeling of ego, that I am doing, how big do it. And doing japa meditation also, let people come, how long I meditate and meditate. It comes. Compared to others, if they are not doing that much and I am doing much more than you, then I will be feeling, it happens in the mind. So, just to establish that in other cases, other than devotees, there is the chance that there will be, mind will be egoistic and false pride will be there. And God is always away from the false pride, ego. So what God loves? God loves this humility. So that is being described here. Danyo priyattat. Danyo means this humility. God likes this humility, loves humility. So in the devotees, expression of humility is the highest. In others it is not necessary. And it may come. And it comes also. In the beginning, if I am a very poor man, I am very submissive. When I have become millionaire, and I automatically think, who are you? Although I studied and maybe with the help of your financial aid or this and that, afterwards I forget, because I am a big man now. I am a moneyed man. So in other paths, there is because it is natural, it comes. It may come in the path of follower of the path of knowledge, also may think that he is supreme, that is, he is God himself. And therefore, there is no question of humility in these cases. Many people false understanding means indecision of this Vedantic knowledge. I am Brahman. I am Brahman, it is not word. You have to feel, and who feels I am Brahman, he feels that everyone is Brahman. with whom can I be egoistic and show my pride and ego? Because all are saying, only Brahman is there. I am also Brahman, you are also Brahman. If I really a Brahmogani, then I cannot be of false ego, having any iota of that. So, these things happen in other paths, but in the path of devotion, that is why path of devotion is the highest one. The person who does good deeds or observes sacrifices and rituals is often found to cherish some sort of egoistical idea, such as being a great religious man. His ego becomes inflated because he thinks too much of himself in comparison with others. The path of knowledge may be more obviously so. Even when Swami Vivekananda used to talk about the path of knowledge, people would consider him egoistic. In America, in some lecture, Swamiji was telling you, thou art the God, you are the children of immortal bliss, sinner, no sin, you are God, you are that Atman, you are the Brahman. Some lady, this devotee is standing and Swamiji, it is blasphemy, you cannot say that. We are sinners, we cannot be God. Then Swamiji said, ma'am, please take your seat. Oh, you are hypnotizing us, Swami. We cannot be, it is blasphemy, we cannot. Swamiji was telling, ma'am, please sit down. You are already hypnotized. I am trying to dehypnotize you. Swamiji is speaking from that level. But ordinary people will think, oh, a man is telling, I am God, you have the all power. You can become Buddha, you can become Ramakrishna, you can become Jesus. There is no difference potentially between you and Jesus, you are Buddha, I can... Anybody will be thinking, this man is boasting too much, talking nonsense, very egoistic. But he is not, he is speaking from that height. From here he is not saying, I worship that God whom you call man by mistake. When Swami Vivekananda says that all are Brahman, he does not, we speak only, these are mere words. Intellectually, mentally, we are trying to understand something and conveying that it is written in the scripture. It is the experience of the rishis and munis. But when Swami Vivekananda, he feels that thou art not a lady, thou art not a male, female, gender, there is no discrimination in the Atman. Atman doesn't have any gender. He sees everything is that divine divinity presence. Where is inferiority? Where is superiority? So when Vivekananda says, there is no problem. But ordinary people may think of, it is this, misunderstand that he is very egoistic. And when Swami Vivekananda, before becoming a sadhu, coming to Ramakrishna and telling, no, I don't believe in God. If God is there, I must see it. Where is the God? People used to complain to Sri Ramakrishna, other devotees, Thakur, Master, do you know, now he is agnostic, now he is non-believer, now he is speaking nonsense, he does not even believe in God. Master was telling, shut up. If you speak ill about Narada, then I will not be able to see your face. I know Narada can never be God. Because Narada wants to know the truth, not only verbal jugglery or talking. God is. Where is God is? You show me. I like to experience it. I will die and then I will see God. No, I do not believe a God when I will die and afterwards in heaven I will go to heaven. I don't believe in such heaven. If there be any heaven, if there be any God, I must experience it here and now. So it is not ego, because he cannot wait. The goal of human life is to realize the truth. His mind was in that level. But ordinary people, if name, fame, appreciation comes, we also become, we go astray. We feel, oh, already I am above many others. I am a great devotee now, I am a great yogi now, I am a great Gyani now, I have taken the Geruva sannyas, I am also Vivekananda, I am also Shankaracharya, because I can give some lectures and explain all these things. Oh God, this comes. But this should not be. And if I am a devotee, never ever it will come. Rather, a devotee says, Trinadopi sunicheno tararopi sohisnuna. Chaitanya, every morning we chant this. This we chant. One of the great teachers of the path of devotion, the Gaurango, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, often used to repeat this verse, this Shikshashtakam. What is that? Trinadopi Shunichena Tararopi Shoshuna, meaning is the glory of God is to be sung by a person who is humbler than the grass that is trampled underfoot, who is more patient than a tree, and who does not seek any honor or respect from anybody. A real devotee will be like that humbler than the humblest. That who is the humblest one? The grasses, small grasses, everyone is trampling, everyone is kicking, going on, keeping them under the feet. The grasses never shout, "Hey, what right you have that you are trampling me? I have also a Brahman within me. I am also Brahman." It never. It is all right. Whatever you like, you do. I am happy. And the trees, it gives us fruit. You enjoy. Never you thank the tree. You cut its branches. Never it complains. Never it come to give any reaction and take revenge. Neither the grass nor the trees. So Chaitanya Dev is telling a real devotee will be humbler than the humblest, and this forbearance also will be that more than a tree, who is more than patient than a tree, and who does not seek any honor or respect from anybody, but gives respect to everybody. Give respect to everybody, whether he or she gives or not. Ours is or not unconditional love, unconditional service, unconditional humility. If you are humble, I am humble. No, that is not. And some humble humility is shown also in the name of what is that? There is a story. Train has come. 1 minute it will stop in the station. Both are showing, I am a great devotee, a humility. Pahle aap, you enter first. Another devotee also, oh, you are a devotee, his mark is there. Both are seeing, oh, we are both the worshipper of Vishnu. Oh, you are a devotee. Oh, great devotee. No, you are greater than me. No, you are greater than me. Oh, you enter the bogie first train. And no, Mahatma Ji, you entered the first. Train left after 1 minute. Both are telling, you are greater, you are greater. All this so-called show humility. No practical, and showing how much I can show that. That will not do. There is no show in the life of the devotees. Why I should show anything? It will be natural. It will be there will be no hypocrisy. So therefore Narada states that to be a favorite of God, one must be humble. Swamiji, however, sometimes used to ridicule this attitude, humility. Swami Vivekananda, on the part of a devotee, he used to say, oh, you are the Vaishnava cult. You are of the Vaishnava cult, the cult followed by the Bhaktas. You are the humblest of the humble. He ridiculed it because he felt that the attitude of most of the adherents was not sincere. He would often note that the humility sometimes become too much of a show, that they are nobodies, they are nothing. So, if there be humility, it should be sincere. When I say I am the humblest of the humble and still look down upon others, that is not sincere humility. It is a mere show of it. To be a sincere devotee, one should continue to lie low and never again exert superiority at any time. One should be more patient than a tree. Why so? A tree gives food to people. It gives shade to people. And what do people do? They cut its branches. Even then the tree does not retaliate. It is patient and forbearing. So one should remember all these illustrations in the path of devotion and compare this in other paths. So Narada's point is that a devotee expects no honor from others, but he gives honor to everybody. If one has these qualifications, then only will his praising God be sincere and fruitful. These then are some of the characteristics of a devotee. So with all these words, Narada is trying to establish that the path of devotion, Bhakti Patha, is the greatest and highest one. Next line. Tassa jnanaveva sadhanamityeke. According to some, devotion can be generated through knowledge only. When you have full knowledge, then only you can have the highest devotion. Knowledge is subordinate to devotion. Next aphorism will be on that. We will discuss it in the next class. We stop here. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Any question? Okay, thank you.